How's everybody?
Wonderful.
Going back to Saturday night, I felt like our team did some really good things. Obviously, there's no feeling good about not winning a football game, but there's a lot of positives that came out of that. Losing the turnover battle, obviously, in the third quarter of that football game cost us the opportunity to win. But I thought on the line of scrimmage in particular, offensively and defensively, we played as good as we've played at the line of scrimmage, holding them to 77 yards rushing and 12 tackles in their backfield. And on the other side of the football, rushing the football efficiently, having some explosive runs. I think Icky and Josh both had 7 knockdowns, and so there's some good things there in the front that are happening. I thought we had better disruption. Obviously, turning the football over, as we mentioned in the post-game presser, that gives us a really difficult task to win the ball game, and something we have to take a lot more seriously, something we have to get our freshmen obviously to do better. And in my history in this game, it's really hard to win when you're -3. And so that's obviously where we're focused, is taking care of that football and giving ourselves a chance to get points on the board by doing so and helping our defense with field position. But it is an opportunity for these guys to continue to learn. I'm so impressed with our guys' resolve and the way that they fight and their attitude and their will. It's just got to be continued improvement on a daily basis. And we'll use the opportunity as a lesson and learn from it and grow. And no one here accepts or enjoys the process of growing through defeat. But everyone here fights and presses on, and that's the biggest part of this program that I've enjoyed with these players. God gave us all an opportunity to live and fight and enjoy the life we have and never give in, and that's the mindset that we carry here. It is a short week. It's already game week Wednesday, and so no rest for the weary. We woke up a day after the game and it was already Tuesday, and so we get to get on a plane here Wednesday, and I think that's in 2 days, and head down to Georgia and play Georgia Tech. And so playing a football team, obviously, that's in first year with the new staff, and playing a lot of young players like we are. Offensively, quarterback's a very good athlete. Their slot receivers, probably one of the fastest players in the league. And I think their tailbacks run really hard. They're physical backs. And defensively, I think Jeff obviously has a great history as a defensive coach. And you can see that they do a lot of things with their front to try to disrupt the run game, bring different pressures, and play press coverage on the outside to deny your quick game. Up front, they've got a lot of guys that rotate. And inside, they've had some players make some plays. Their linebackers are tough kids. Their safeties are big, 6'2" and 6'3". And they've done a good job taking the ball away. And they are -5 in turnover margin. They've forced a lot of turnovers on defense. And so for us, being able to handle their movement with their front, protect the football and create plays and finish plays with the ball is critical in this football game, and an opportunity for us to bounce back and get right back on the field and go compete. Questions? Gary?
How would you rate their kicking and return game overall?
They have an excellent punter. He's one of the better punters probably in the country. Does a really nice job with his operation and hang time. Their gunners get down the field in their punt coverage. Number 10 is the slot, is one of their returners, and he's fast. So we have to do a really good job, with our hang time, our ball placement, and winning our one-on-ones, stacking guys, and not allowing them, opportunities to get space for him.
What's the most difficult challenge involved in the short turnaround?
I think it starts with your recovery, because we have, normally today would be an off day for our team, and so we're practicing tonight because of class conflicts, and so you're on the field an entire day ahead of when you would be. It's probably harder on the staff than it is anything. We won't practice as long or as much because we don't have as many days. And so, for us, you're trying to watch 10 games that they've played and also look at yourself and fix problems, because the game is a lot about us not beating us. and it's just really quick. I mean, we're leaving town Wednesday, and so we practice tonight, we practice tomorrow, we have a walkthrough, and then we're on a plane, you know. And so I think when you're dealing with injuries and health and then also just fatigue, going from a Saturday night game to a road game, it's really challenging, you know, on the staff and the players. And but we look forward to that opportunity. I mean, it's a great chance to play a nationally televised game on a Thursday night, and so we've got to do everything we can to get them back.
Kind of sticking with that theme, I mean, you have a lot of freshmen, redshirt freshmen that haven't played in a short week at this point.
Yeah.
How difficult is it for them to be able to make that quick turnaround? Because a lot of these guys were in high school last year.
You know, they're resilient guys. The thing that has impressed me with them is their resolve and their fight. I don't think they'll flinch one bit. And it is what it is. And so these guys will go out there and battle. And to answer your question, I don't think I'll be able to truly answer it until after the game because I haven't seen them go through it yet. But by all indications of their mood and their mindset yesterday when we met with them, they were great.
From a coaching perspective, we talk about the players bouncing back quickly in a short week. I don't know how long you hold on to a loss, but is it, and for the coaching staff, does it help you guys quickly refocus and get ready for the next one?
Yeah, I mean, I told the team after the game, whether we won or lost, we don't have time to think about that game. You know, we had to come in, and there's some plays in that game that we have to learn from. So we watched it quickly and put it to bed. And we know that we're, 72 hours away from competing. So you've got to flush it. You have to.
One other thing, too, on the game the other night, you guys have not had a turnover this year in ACC play, forced one. You run a shovel pass, defender sticks a hand out, deflects it, goes straight to another defender. I mean, you kind of shake your head and just wonder where those plays are on your side defensively.
Yeah. I mean, I've never been through a stretch like this where we're not getting the ball back. And obviously in that game we had 4 or 5 hit our hands, which makes it even harder because we were in position to make those plays in that game and didn't make them. I think, recovering fumbles a lot of times is luck. One, you have to get a lot of people to the football to have that luck, but a lot of times, as you've seen, sometimes balls just bounce right back to the team that fumbled it, and that's out of our control, Does it make me shake my head? I don't know. I'm like, right now, I'm next play. I mean, that's what I'm trying to do, And obviously, I'd love to light every candle in the world and do every, trick there is to gain some good luck coming forward here, but I don't really have an answer for why they're not coming our way.
For a guy like Emeka, he's been kind of up and down so far this season, but for him to have the type of game he did against Louisville, 90 yards, a touchdown in that game, and it kind of seemed like that was his, he was really, really enjoying that touchdown after he got it. What are your thoughts on his play going down the stretch so far?
Yeah, I mean, he was definitely an impact in that game. He made a great catch over the middle on 4th and 10. Made a great catch on the sideline with tight coverage. So it was good to see him have success again. I think that's huge for his confidence, as we finish the season. And there's a lot on him, as with CJ being out, him being the oldest guy, most experienced guy, and he takes that responsibility very seriously. And so I was happy to see him gain that success to help him.
Talked about the players' resolve. When you recruit players, character is part of the process. I'm sure you pass on some guys that are questionable. Have your young players, the redshirt freshmen and the true freshmen, kind of exceeded your character expectations through all of this?
Yeah, I think a lot of them. And I said this to him the other day, this is the season that's going to make us who we're going to be. And because we're going through these tough times, we're going to be way better for it if you just persist, And I've seen the resolve in those guys. I've seen the improvement. I've seen some mental toughness from some of those guys, some leadership. And so, it makes you excited about what's to come for them. But I just can't look at it just one way, I mean, we need everybody to have the same resolve. And I think that's the thing. When you have little margin for error, it's hard to win football games. It really is. I don't think people understand how hard it is. And for us, it's about giving ourselves a chance to win. It starts with your mindset every day. And then just executing in a certain way where you're never beating yourself in the process. And I think that's what's made us a good football team here in the past, You know, we've been physical, we've taken care of the ball, we've gotten the ball back, and we're not doing those things, you know. And so to earn the right to win, these guys are growing fast, you know, but they're still not where they need to be.
Is there any greater urgency knowing that you've got to win the last two to be bowl eligible, or
Yeah.
at this point in the season, you know, just winning one is tough enough?
Yeah, I think they understand that it's a sudden death mentality if you're thinking bowl season. But we got to win this one first. And it's the only one that matters, you know. When you get this one, then you can talk about that. And I would tell you that the senior class has never finished a season not in a bowl game. So those guys are talking about that. They want that. And the bottom line is, if you don't turn the football over and you make a few more plays, then you get that, you know. And I think that's what I have to constantly remind these guys of. It's great to talk about what you want. It's more important to understand what it takes to get it.
Do I have anything else?
Thank you, guys.
Thank you.